Hi there, my name's Jane Anderson. I'm a strategic communications expert, and today I'm going to talk all about LinkedIn pods. So I had a call recently from one of my clients. She had attended a content creation boot camp, and she reached out to me and she said, can I just ask your opinion about these LinkedIn pods? Because, I'm just not sure that it's really worth my time, but if you think I should do it, I will do it and I will continue. But wow, it's taking up a lot of my time. And I said, okay, well, tell me what made you get into it and how is it working? And she said, well, I got into it because some others recommended it to me. And she said, so I have, there's a few of us in the group. And she said, so what we have to do each day is we've got a piece of content that's going up each day. At 7 o'clock in the morning, we all like each other's content, or we comment on it and we share it. And I was like, wow, that sounds like a really time-consuming exercise. And she said it is. But she said, if you think I should do it, I will do it. Like, if you think there's a return out of it, but I just really wanted to ask your opinion. And I said, okay. So first of all, I asked her two questions. The first question I had for her was, how many sales have you had out of it? And she said, none. And I said, okay. And then the second question I asked her was, when was the last time you were in contact with a client who are in your top 150 clients? Now, for those who don't know me, if this is the first time you've met me, I talk a lot about your top 150s and what you need to do to look after those, even if you don't have 150 clients. Anyway, I asked her, when was the last time you were in contact with one of those? And she said, it's been a long time. And I said, okay. So then we went back through, and so something that I did with her in the workshop and everybody else, and what I'm going to do with you today, because maybe you're in a pod and you're not sure whether you should keep going, because there's a lot of pressure sometimes to be in a group and to not leave and feel like you're letting everybody down. But you've got to look after your practice, and not just that, you have to look after your clients, and you have to look after the people who have looked after you. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you where LinkedIn pods sit in terms of the lead generation map, or what I call the influencer indicator map. And then you'll be able to see where it sits for yourself. And I showed her where it's at for her. So let's have a look. So I've got these two axes. And we say out there, when I'm working with people, I say there are people out there who know you. And there are people out there who don't know you. All right, so we've got, oops, I should come out a little bit. There we go. So you've got people out there who know you and people out there who don't know you. Then you've got people out there who know what they want. And just make sure you can see that. Yep, and then you've got people over here, you've got people out there who don't know what they want. Okay, so in other words, these are people out there who know what they need help with, and these are people out there who don't know they need your help. So let's have a look. So you've got people out there who know you, and you've got people out there who know what they want. Now, these are people who are typically on your database, and they're people who, you know them, they know you. And if they need your help, then they're going to call you, or equally, you're going to be really proactive and look after these people and reach out to them and see how they're going. So in this quadrant, I call this direct contact. Because you have their details and you're just going to call them. That light's a little bit shiny on that word. But it says direct contact. Now, this quadrant here, there are people out there who know what they want, but they don't know you. So this quadrant is all about networks. So in other words, they're going to ask around, they're going to say, who did your leadership program, or who did you get to deliver X? So if they're trying to find someone to deliver their leadership programs, then they're going to possibly ask somebody else who's a HR director, an L&D manager, something like that. So network or search. If they don't know who to ask, then they're going to Google it. They're going to Google leadership expert Sydney, or leadership expert Perth. So they're going to be doing Google searches in here. Over here, we've got people out there who don't know what they want. So they have no idea that they need help with this specific issue. So these are people who perhaps say, we don't have a leadership problem, we have a capability problem. And you're like, well, it might look like a capability problem, but you've actually got a leadership problem, because your problem is you're not retaining staff. So over here is people that haven't got the insight or the understanding of what might be happening for them just yet, and they don't know you. So in this quadrant, your job is to build awareness. So you've got to go out, you've got to find those people, get in front of people who you've never met, they don't know you, all that sort of thing. So speaking and things like that sit in this quadrant. Up in this quadrant, there are people out there who know you, but they don't know what they want. So in other words, they know who you are, but you haven't. If they still don't know what they want and they're unsure, or they haven't contacted you, they haven't seen the value for them just yet. So your job is to educate this quadrant. So this is where your blogs, video blogs, these are people who are following you on social media. You could reach out to these people if you had to. Now, here's the issue. The issue is that if you are in a pod, what you are counting on is you are counting on being found in this awareness quadrant, not here. You are not educating your client because you're not connected to the people. What you're trying to do is expose yourself to the connections of those other people in the pod, right? Now, that's not educate, that's awareness. So awareness here, there are people out there who don't know what they want and don't know you. So by people in your pod sharing means that they're trying to build awareness. Now, here's the issue. The research tells us that on average, people in this group generally will spend, only about 5% of the audience are ready to buy from you. So the biggest issue here is readiness. So that's the first issue. The second issue, and so this, as I said, this quadrant is a little bit like speaking and speaking at a conference. However, when you're speaking at a conference, you're in control. So if you're speaking at a conference, you are presenting, you're saying, look, if you'd like some more help, or if you want me to send you some more information, or can I send you a white paper, or can I send you checklists or things like that, then you can encourage people to fill out a form, get their email address, and great, now they become part of your database. And now we can start to work on a nurture sequence. When we get people up in this quadrant, what we do know is people in this quadrant will spend 47% more than anybody else in this map, in these quadrants. So here's the thing. The thing is that and so in her case, when I spoke with her last week, that's why I said, when was the last time you reached out to one of your past clients? She said, yeah, I haven't. So she's missing out on potentially another 50% in revenue by not including that in her activity. So there's a massive opportunity cost if you are spending time in pods and over here and just focusing on awareness. So and the other thing that I often say to people is, we work with world-class brands. We want to work with people who are the best at what they do. And so what I often ask them is, do you think Brené Brown's in a pod? What about Barack Obama? Or what about Seth Godin? Do you think Seth Godin's in a pod? And quite often they go, yeah, no. I go, it's time to play bigger. Get over here, focus on the people who need your help, who you've worked with, care about them, reach out to them, nurture them, look after them, because they have looked after you. By all means, go down here. And I have a lot of people say it's really fun. And I go, fantastic. If it's fun and it's something that you have time for, then go for it. But my advice to most people is just make sure you are looking after all these people first, because these ones, there's two things missing. Hope is not a strategy. You are hoping that they will reach out to you. Unless you're asking for their details to get them over onto direct quadrant, you are wasting your time. And you are losing time on not focusing on those people who have looked after you. Secondly, is that only about 5% of this audience are ready to even think about working with you. So take the time to get back focused over here, work out how you're going to get these people onto your list. And then thirdly is make sure you are doing everything else before you tackle this one. I hope that helps. Please comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts.